All right, y'all. So I'm finna take my victory lap real quick. And listen, I promise, I'm gonna get back to, life advice, relationship advice, all of that, OGs, sage words of wisdom. I promise y'all. But this is going to be the last thing I say on this, because I be trying to tell you niggas, you understand what I'm saying? I be trying to tell y'all, I be trying to put y'all on the game, but y'all don't want to. All right, so I did a video a couple of days ago. I did a video. I titled it "Eagles fans are bitches." Signed, an Eagles fan. And I'm not going to, rehash everything that I said in that video. You feel me? If y'all want to find out, go, look at it on your own time and find out what I said in that joint. But, since then, like clockwork, you feel me, Philly sports media, as it is wont to do, has literally one word from a press conference and have extrapolated that into some bullshit drama. You understand what I'm saying? And I was going to do a video, about the BG drama. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I figured it wasn't worth it. You know what I mean? Because the content of what BG had to say, I ain't have a problem with it. You feel me? Nothing he was saying was wrong. If you've been anybody with half a brain, you understand what I'm saying, who wasn't trying to, anybody, aside the media apparently already knew the point that he was trying to make. You understand what I'm saying? Is that, yes, it is hard. It's different when you have a personal relationship with somebody and now all of a sudden y'all are co-workers. You feel me? Now all of a sudden you got to find a way to balance, you feel me, the personal with the professional. Yes, that does change things. You understand what I'm saying? And as somebody who has been in a position where I have had projects or I have worked with family members or with friends, you understand what I'm saying? It's hard sometimes because you don't want, you feel me, your professional issues to impact y'all's personal relationship. You still want to be able to, sit down and to break bread with this person when the time comes, where you still want to be able to sit down at the Thanksgiving or the Christmas dinner table and it not feel, awkward. You understand what I'm saying? But what BG was saying was later for all of that. You understand what I'm saying? If you got an issue, don't, go through these third parties and, bada, whatever, whatnot. You talk to them man to man to woman, and y'all hash that thing out. That's all that he was saying. And again, anybody with sense knew that, including, media personalities who, blew it up into some bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? For the sake of getting some clicks and getting some reads on their articles. You understand what I'm saying? The only problem I had is, dog, you've been here for 15 years. You knew these niggas was gonna blow it up. And he knew immediately, and that's why he backtracked it. That's why he said, I ain't had a whole story. You feel me? I assumed something that I didn't have all the details on, and assuming makes what out of both me and you. You understand? It makes an ass out of me and you. For those of y'all who may not know the saying for whatever reason. Anyway, but so I say all of that to get here, and that's that. Like I told y'all, there are people. I think that it's a combination of, one, there are people in the media, local and national, that have, I don't want to call it a grudge, but they have a bias against Jalen Hurts because he proved them wrong, right? Because he exceeded their expectation. What's that quote that everybody says? I had a purpose before they had an opinion. In another life, man, Jalen Hurts would have been a mega church pastor. I'm trying to tell y'all. You understand what I'm saying? He be inspiring me, nigga. And there's some people that don't like that. There's some people that's just that petty, especially these writers. You get a lot of, these Skip Bayless types. You get a lot of these ones who, couldn't make the team in high school. Couldn't even make, didn't even get no burn in JV. You understand what I'm saying? And so they make a career out of picking apart people for doing a job that they can't do themselves, that they wish they could do themselves. You understand what I'm saying? And so whenever they find somebody who they can say, oh, well, they ain't up to snuff, they harp on that. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're projecting their own sense of, of failed accomplishment or whatever onto that individual. And so, once they made up their mind about you, that you this thing and that you the third thing and that you whatever, they're going to stick with that till they dying breath. Because admitting that they were wrong means admitting that you succeeded where they failed. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you made the league, but you ain't gonna make no impact. You understand what I'm saying? If I can't be more than what they said I am, then neither can you. If I can't prove my doubters wrong, you feel me? Shout out to the doubters. Y'all was right about me all along. If I can't prove my doubters wrong, then neither can you. You understand what I'm saying? Neither will you. I won't let you. You dig what I'm saying? To make myself feel better about my own, you feel me, failed accomplishments. And I feel like nobody, specifically when it comes to Jalen Hurts, nobody epitomizes this more than Chase freaking Daniel, man. This nigga has had it out for Jalen for the long, and here's the thing with Chase, man. And listen, while I am, before I even go any further, because it's wild, because when you start having conversations like these, I had niggas in the last video like, oh, why does it always have to be a race thing with you people? Why does it always have to be, keep your politics out? I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Because first of all, where did I even mention race in that joint? I did not one time, because I brought up a bunch of white quarterbacks. You feel me? Because I called the name of, because I said Joe Burrow and I said Josh Allen and I said Justin Herbert, you automatically assume that, now y'all want to talk about, Donovan McNabb. Y'all want to talk about Warren fucking Moon. Nigga, when the last time Warren Moon took a snap? We ain't talking about them. We talking about who is playing today. And who, if you are not Joe Burrow, if you are not Josh Allen, if you are not somebody who fits, the prototypical mold of the modern NFL quarterback, there's some people who they ain't going to give you a chance. Black or white, it don't matter. But the fact that you took it upon yourself to preemptively say, oh, well, why you got to make, that says more to me about you than anything else. What that says to me is that you acknowledge the fact that even if it's not the whole thing, even if it's not a race thing for you, you feel me, your cousin from down the street, you understand what I'm saying? Your Trump humping cousin, it is a race thing for them, and you don't want to acknowledge that. So you preemptively, whenever we start having these conversations, then it's, oh, well, why does it have to be a race thing? Because, nigga, it is. you know that that's at least a component of it. But again, we ain't even getting into all that. We ain't doing psychology 101 here today. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, when it comes to Chase Daniel, you know, he gonna say yesterday, and if I have time, I'm gonna put the clip in this in this video. This nigga gonna say, oh well, and talking about Jalen, you know, oh well, you know, you, and I'm paraphrasing here, you supposed to be the quarterback, but you don't want to take no responsibility, you don't want to take no accountability, you know, that's why, you know, all of this drama is happening, that's why all of, you know, your teammates hate you, they hope you die, and blah blah whatever, and this, that, and the third thing, they want your money because you don't deserve it, and all that, all of this bullshit.
Don't you think it would just be a lot easier and all this attention would go away if the quarterback, Jalen Hurts, would just go up to the press today and be like, look, I have not played like I should play. I'm accountable for it. I got to do a better job. End of story.
Yes.
Like, it's such easy words to say, yet we have not heard him say anything like
that he done. And this is why, you know, and listen, man, I love Shady. Shady, talking about LaShawn McCoy now, Shady might be, after Mike Vick, right now, Shady is my favorite Eagle. That's hard. That's a hard question, because you still got B-Dog in there. You feel me? Jalen is working his way up the ladder. BG is in there somewhere. So that's a hard one. But Shady is one of my favorite NFL running backs of all time, right? But I can't stand the facility, man. You feel me? For a show that's supposed to be built around, you know, the player's perspective, 90% of that show is them niggas bullshitting. I'm just being real. You understand what I'm saying? 90% of that is them just bullshitting. You know, specifically Acho and Chase. You feel me? Specifically them two. And Chase, and this is what I was saying about Jalen before, is that we don't do this with no other quarterback. Sit there and micro analyze every single snap. Man, listen, I hate to see what y'all would say about Steve Young if we had social media back in the 90s before he got his chip. I hate to see what y'all say about Roger Staubach. I hate to see what y'all say about Fran Tarkenton and Terry Bradshaw and Troy Aikman. Y'all would murder them niggas if we had social media. You understand what I'm saying? I hate to see what y'all say about them, right? But because everything is fantasy now. Everything is, this is my big conspiracy here, is that these narratives are driven by Vegas. You understand what I'm saying? Because everything is gambling now. You understand? Since when have we started having, you know, entire shows dedicated to, you know, parlays and prop bets and all of that other BS? You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, I don't care. I don't care. That's why you got niggas that hop on here and they talk about, oh, you know, yeah, Josh Allen, you know, six touchdowns. Nigga, I don't give a fuck if you score 8 touchdowns in the game and we still lose by 3 fucking points. You understand what I'm saying? That don't get me no closer to a 1 seed. I don't care. All I care about is winning the damn game. That's all I care about. But because, you know, everything is driven by fantasy, everything is driven by sports bets now, you know, later for the wins, later for what you put up in the win column, we want to see, you know, them sexy stats. You understand what I'm saying? So that's my big conspiracy right there. Y'all feel me? But getting back to the task at hand, right? Oh, and that's another thing. Is this motherfucker up here, you know, glazing, you feel me, deep throating Josh over his 6 touchdown. Also, now all of a sudden 1 yard touchdowns count, huh? When Josh Allen is running the QB sneak, now his touchdowns count. But when Jalen runs it, oh, you know, he's a touchdown vulture. Oh, well, shut the fuck up, man. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's so Anyway, so back to the task at hand. So Chase is up here talking about and this is why I say they just be bullshitting on that show. Don't do nobody's idea worth of research, because literally, before any of this AJ drama, before any of this BG drama, the first words you hear come out of Jalen Hurts' mouth in the post-game presser.
Carolina doing right, and where did that game kind of go in your opinion?
Yeah, I think they did a good job. I think we did a bad job. That starts with me, how I execute. And
like it's such easy words to say, yet we have not heard him say anything like that.
I think we did a bad job. That starts with me, how I execute. And
yet we have not heard him say anything like that.
That starts with me, how I execute. And
when they ask him about the passing game, yes, the passing game is an issue right now. You feel me? And that starts with, that the passing game is an issue, and that starts with me. I got to be better. The first words that come out of his mouth is, I got to be better. You understand what I'm saying? So what the fuck are we even doing here? Y'all understand what I'm saying? And so my thing is like this. I hope y'all are getting hit to the game, right? I hope y'all are getting hit to the game, because they exploit y'all niggas. They exploit y'all, you understand what I'm saying? They rage bait y'all, you understand what I'm saying? Because they exploit your implicit bias against this man. You understand what I'm saying? It's all an agenda. It's all cap. It's all BS. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So I'm just taking my victory lap this morning, because I be trying to tell y'all niggas. I be trying to tell y'all, as much as we talk about, the Dallas Cowboys, like I said, the reason why they always talking about the Cowboys is Cowboys fans are everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? The Eagles, man, the part of the reason, and I think that people don't, part of the reason why Eagles fans travel so well isn't necessarily because we all travel like that, but because we're freaking everywhere, man. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that Reuben Frank made a good point about this, is that, when you got one of those franchise, the Eagles, as a franchise, the Eagles are as old as Methuselah, man. Probably older, to keep it a buck, man. And when you got a franchise that has been in one place for that long, you understand what I'm saying? That fandom, that lineage gets passed down. You understand what I'm saying? You got, he was making the point that you go out to Arizona, you go out to Phoenix, you understand what I'm saying? And they get packed out by Bears fans. You understand what I'm saying? It's more Bears fans in Phoenix than Cardinals fans. And that's because you got a bunch of retirees from the Midwest. You got a bunch of, old people, you feel me, who moved out there and took their fandom with them. Same thing with the Eagles. You got a bunch of people, you feel me, in LA. You got a bunch of people everywhere I go, and everywhere I've been in this country, and they see me with my Eagles gear on, I get a Go Birds from somebody. You feel me? And so I say that to make the point that the national, they know what they're doing. They do this because they know people are going to stick around to hear what they got to say about the Philadelphia Eagles. And they know that we're a very emotional, a very reactionary fan base. Whether it's, the cake for our players, or whether it's, to harp onto the bullshit. They know that we're going to tune in. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm telling y'all is stop taking the bait, man. You understand what I'm saying? Don't stop feeding the trolls, man. All of them. Chase, Acho, Nick Wright, even though, he, actually, you know what? I like Nick, right? Cause Nick don't even be bullshitting about it, right? Nick knows it's a bit, right? And Nick just be riding that bit. Nick knows he's a heel, right? So I ain't even mad at Nick. You understand what I'm saying? Nick Wright knows it's a bit, and he be riding that bit for as much money as he can get out of it. I ain't even mad at him. You understand what I'm saying? But these other mofos, you understand what I'm saying, who try to, prop themselves and, present themselves as, professional from the player's perspective. Motherfucker, you was a career. Let's talk about Chase Daniel for a minute. You bitched your way out of Philly. Let's just keep it a buck, keep it 100. You bitched, you want to talk about accountability. You whined your way out of Philly. You feel me? Once you figured out you weren't going to get the starting job. Once you found out that Carson was going to be starting as a rookie. You feel me? You whined your way out of there because you ain't wanna be Mr. Accountable. You ain't wanna be Mr. Mentor. You ain't wanna do that. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's good for the goose, then it's good for the gander, nigga. Don't sit up here and talk about, accountability. Don't sit up here, you feel me, and blow smoke up our noses when you couldn't even do it your own self. Y'all feel me? I ain't even talking about your play. I'm talking about your character. Don't come for a man character when you couldn't even live up to the standard yourself. So enough with that bullshit. You dig what I'm saying? And y'all could tag him in this if you. I don't know how you tag on YouTube. Y'all could tag him in this and tell him I said it. You bitched your way out of Philly when you lost the starting job. So don't sit up here and talk about somebody else not being accountable when you couldn't. Jalen got benched on a national platform, the biggest, arguably the biggest football game of the year, right up there with the Super Bowl. And did he bitch his way out of Bama? No. He sat on the bench for a whole year, got his weight up, and when his number was called, he came through with flying colors. And he left once he knew that there was nothing else to be done by him at that program. And that's when he said, all right, it's time. You ain't do that. You ain't do that, Chase. You feel me? You didn't want to fight for your job. You did. You ain't want to fight for your spot. But now you talk about, man, kiss my ass with that. Deuces.